So today we're going to be doing the week 13 Math AMS quiz. Let's start. So this question showed up before. So it's telling you 1 pint is 28.875 cubic inches. The lab technician has 2 pints of diluted acid that he will dispense in an identical cylindrical tube, each having a radius of 1 inch. So the radius equals 1. And the height of 4 inches. Technician fills each tube with diluted acid up to 85%. 1 pint is 29 cubic inches, and they're asking you what's the maximum amount of pints he can fill, or test tubes, my bad. So we have 2 pints of diluted acid. Let's see. The test tube is cylindrical, so we have to fill out the volume of a cylinder. So volume of a cylinder equals pi r squared height. Okay? Since it's pi r squared height, we're gonna substitute what we know. So it's pi 1 squared times 4. So it is 4 pi, simply. So that's the volume of 1 pi, or like 1 cylinder. And we don't fill it up till 4 pi. That's how much it can do. What do? We fill it up to 85%. So 4 pi times 85 over 100. Let's do that on our calculators really quick. 85%. It will give us around 10.68. That's how much you can fill in, that's how much we will fill in 1 test tube. Now, we need to multiply the 2 pints by 29. So it's 2 times 29, because that's how many pints we have. So it is 58. I don't know why my pen is doing this. Oh my gosh. No, this is actually crazy. What's wrong with my pen, guys? It's crazy. Huh? Anyways, 58 cubic inches. So what we know now is to divide this by this. So 58 divided 10.68 is gonna give us 5.43. So they're asking you what's the maximum number of test tubes he'll be able to prepare, knowing that we need to prepare it up to 85 is 5. That's how many test tubes we can prepare. In the exam, they gave us a question, and many people got mixed up on it because they asked us how much do you need, or how many bottles do you need to fill up the last 20% of that bucket. The answer was 2. They're asking us how much do you need to fill up the pint, or like to fill out the test tubes. There they were asking you how much do you need to finish filling up the bucket. But yeah, so you needed to calculate it for 20%, not 80. Anyways, moving on. Okay, this question is really easy. They're telling you that you have PR is at a vector of 2, so you move 1, 2, and then 2 down, 1, 2. So here is R. Oh my god, guys. So that's R. Now, so this is our vector PR, okay? And they're telling you XY is the same direction as RQ, but twice the magnitude of RQ. Now let's go on. What's the coordinates of point R? We said the R was here, 3, 2, and that's the coordinates. Moving on. RQ and be represented by a vector as, so if this is R and this is Q, how do you move from R to Q? You move 1 to the right, but nothing up, nothing down, so it's 1, 0. And the last part, it's telling you find the column vector of XY, and they told us XY is 2 times RQ. So if this is RQ times 2, it would give you 2, 0, and that's XY. So see, 1, 0, 2, 0. Moving on. Okay, what's the radius of a sphere? Volume, this. So the volume of a sphere is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So 5,324 over 3, this is 2, pi equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Pi goes with pi. Then you're gonna multiply 5, 3, 2, 4 over, oh my gosh, it's 2, 4 over 3 times 3 over 4. Because when you move it to the other side, it flips. So 3 goes with 3, then 5, 3, 2, 4 divided by 4 is 1331. So 1331 equals r cubed. You could do it on your calculator. R will equal to 11. And that is it. Moving on. Next question, they're asking us the same thing, but they want the surface area. So we need to know two formulas. Volume is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. And surface area is 4 pi r squared. So first we find the volume, so 8788. If you have the calc button on your calculator, you could just input it all in your calculator and find it. So you're gonna do the exact same thing we did last question. Pi goes with pi, 3 goes with 3. Then you're left with 8788 divided by 4. You're gonna get that 2197. Okay, so it's every time it reaches this spot in my screen protector, I don't know why, it elongates my numbers. Anyways, 2197 equals r cubed, and that, when you do it on a calculator, r is going to equal to 13. Now we need to do the surface area, so it's 4 pi times 13 squared. 4 times 13 squared is going to give us 676 pi. Because they told us it's k pi and they don't need to write pi, so this is your answer. That's it. Moving on. Here we have a quadratic equation that we need to apply quadratic formula to find. So the quadratic formula, first we need to find delta, which is 4. Wait, no, sorry, it's, yeah, let me mute my phone because this keeps it. Anyways, so the delta is equal to b squared minus, yeah, I can't with this side of the screen. Delta equals b squared minus 4ac, and then the quadratic is equal to negative b plus or minus radical delta over 2a. So delta in this case would be 8 squared minus 4 times 16 times 47, which equals to 8 squared minus 4 into 16 into 40, negative 47. It's negative 47, my bad. You have to put the negative or you'll get a completely wrong answer, which is 3072. Now we put the quadratic equation, so it's negative b, so it's negative 8, so it's 8 plus or minus radical 3072 over 2 times 16, which is 32. Now look, from this point on is where everyone got mixed up during the periodic. Here is where you actually need to focus. You cannot remove the 8 with the 32 directly because there's a plus or a minus between the two. So you need to factor out the 8 if you want to take it out. So how do we factor out the 8? First of all, you have to square 8. So 8 squared is 64. You divide the number under your radical sign by the square of this one. So 3072 divided by 64. You're gonna get 48. So you're left with now 8 plus minus 64 times 48. 64 can be rewritten as 8 squared, right? 8 squared over 32, of course. Now what do we do with numbers squared? You can take them out the radical sign. So it's 8 plus minus radical, or sorry, 8 radical 48. Okay? Over 32. So now we can factor out the 8. So you're left with 8 into 1 plus or minus radical 48 over 32, of course. Now you're gonna factor out, you're gonna be left with 1 over 4. So you're gonna be with 1 plus or minus radical 48 over 4. Now what you're gonna do next, listen very carefully. So we know this can be written as 1 over 4 plus or minus radical 48 over 4. We do not want the radical 48 over 4. We want to cancel it out. We want it to be in this form. So what do? You're gonna, again, square 4. 4 squared is 16. Then you're gonna do 48 divided by 16. You're gonna get 3. So we have 4 radical 3. 4 goes with 4. You're left with 1 over 4 plus minus radical 3. They want what's the value of b. The value of b would be 3. Please focus when you're solving this question, because as you know, everyone didn't perform that good in its periodic, and it was all purely because of lack of focus. Please focus. Moving on. Okay, this question is just a solution pair. So first of all, 3x minus 1 is y. So x plus y, which is 3x plus 1 or minus 1, squared, all squared, equals 9. Now how do you solve this? Radical here and radical here. So it's x plus, or well, 4x, because you can merge these two together. 4x minus 1 equals 3 or negative 3. So they want the positive solution. So 4x minus 1, so 4x equals 4. So x equals 1. Here it would be 4x equals negative 2. X equals negative half. So they want the positive solution, so x equals 1. Find the value of x. X is 1. Or well, here they wanted a because coordinates x, y. So x is a. Moving on. Okay, here they want the value of x again, but they're telling you x intersects at only one point. So y is this and y is this. So 2 minus 4x equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 20. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move everything to one side. So a 0 equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 20 minus 2x, minus 2 plus 4x. So, like terms, we're gonna combine. So 2x squared stays the same. 8x plus 4x, so plus 13x. Oh no, it's, wait, 12x, right? Yeah, 12. Plus 12x plus 18x. 18, just 18, not x. Now, we know because this side is 0 and this side all is factors of 2, we can divide by 2 to be left with 0 equals x squared plus 6x plus 9, which we can factor out as x plus 3 into x plus 3 equals 0. So to make the equation 0, x has to equal negative 3. And that's your only solution. So x equals negative 3, and that's your answer. Negative 3. Moving on. Okay, this question, it's really easy, but like it throws a lot of people off. So let's start. Okay, so what do we know about a quadratic formula? It's written in the way ax squared plus bx plus c, right? And we know that the sum and the product theories, sum equals negative b over a, product equals c over a. Okay? I want you to ignore the fact that these letters are a and b. This value, 5, is a. This thing, all, or with the negative actually, this is b, and this is C. Okay? So 5 is the A, negative 10 into 2A minus B is B, and C is 3B, okay? So, what do we know? We know that the sum of the roots is 4 and the product is negative 6. And they want you to find the value of A, not this A, this A. Okay? So, what we're going to do? So, negative B over sum, which is 4, equals negative B over A. So, negative 10 into 2A minus B over A, which is 5. Negative is going to cancel out. They're going to become positive. I'm going to draw a straighter line. I don't know what. Anyways. So now we're going to be left with 20. Because you multiply the 5 with the 4 equals 10 into... Actually, no, wait. You can simplify it in a better way. 5 cancels out with 10. You'll be left with 2. So 4 equals 2 into 2A minus B. Okay? So now 4 equals 4A minus 2B. Okay, you're gonna say, okay, we're stuck. We can't really do anything. No, we have also their product. So 3B, which is C, so 3B over A, which is 5, equals negative 6. So 3B equals negative 30. So B equals negative 10. Now we have B. So 4 equals 4A minus 2 times negative 10, which becomes plus 20. So 4A equals, when you move 20 to the other side, it becomes negative 20 plus 4, so negative 16. So A equals negative 4. And that is it. Moving on to our next question. Actually, our last question. So now we have this question where it's just similarities theorem. So we know that the area of these is any area of a shape is equal k squared. Any side is equal to k. Any volume is k cubed, where k is a constant. So here we have two hypothenuses. So 15 over this hypotenuse. So 15 is your small hypotenuse, and our big hypotenuse is, to find the big hypotenuse, you have to do Pythagorean theorem. So JG squared, or JG equals radical 15 squared plus 20 squared. So let's do it really quickly on our calculators. 15 squared plus 20 squared. And it's equal to 25. So this is 25. So we know 15 over 25 is k. Now for the area, it's k squared. So we need to first simplify this. You're going to get 3 over 5 when you simplify. 3 over 5 squared is 9 over 25. And that is your answer, because they want k. K is 9. That's it for this video. Hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.